All right. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, we won't have any more glitches. How you guys doing today? Oh, I think I'm a little hot on the mic. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me. The audio should be fine. I don't know about the video. It looks like it's a little choppy today. Hopefully, we won't lose the stream here. Can you guys hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, all right? There's always a little bit of delay between the video, the live video, and your comments. So, all right, cool. All is fine. Nice. Awesome. Great to hear that. How's everybody doing today? Nice to see you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I think, yeah, somebody commented that YouTube is buffering a little slow these days, and I noticed that as well. I don't know if somebody forgot to pay the bill there or something, but it seems like they are having some issues. The quality of the video streams are a little bit worse than usual. You would think like a big company like YouTube would be able to afford, quicker, better technology, but I guess they're still working on it. So thank you for joining me this Sunday, guys. This is show number 35. I put the actual show numbers on the lower hand side here, or is it right there? Because a lot of times the content, the background, myself, it's always the same. So when people go in and click on the videos after they go on YouTube when they're not live anymore, it might be a little confusing for which one you're watching. So I figured I would put that down for you guys so that you can actually see that there, and it'll be a reference. So as usual, guys, on Sunday, I always offer a discount code for the merchandise. If you guys haven't already picked something up and you want to, Sundays is a perfect time to get that because I offer a discount. So if you use the coupon code ATG 35, you're going to get a 10% discount on any of the merch. I leave that up for a day or two after the event, just so that you can grab it a little bit later. I have a feeling today's show is going to be pretty choppy, but if it goes down a couple of times, I'm just going to resume and hopefully it'll eventually get better. I don't think it's my end. I think the stream quality on my end is pretty quick, but there might be a couple of little dips in the connection. So we'll just carry on as much as we can until the technology blows up and we can't go any further. So as you guys see, I have a new guitar. This is a new guitar day for me. I actually ended up buying a 12-string guitar. Look at this. I never thought I'd buy one of these, but I bought one because I did a review on the Van Gogh Strat. You guys might have seen that the other day when I posted that, and I was actually very impressed by that guitar. Because it was inexpensive and it actually was very good. And I was looking at some of their other products and I came across a 12 string and I'm like, guys, I don't have a 12 string. I've never actually played a 12 string guitar before. So, for me, it's a new thing. I haven't, never actually even thought about getting one. And actually the guitar is not that easy to play because it's a whole different feel up here, right? You have so many more strings and you have so many more places to mess up, but it sounds wonderful. And I actually wanted to review this for you guys because of the price. Basically, this thing is really, really inexpensive. It's only $219 Canadian, and for that price, a nice 12-string guitar. Yeah, I dropped again there. have a feeling today's show is going to be full of little bugs and little gremlins. So please bear with me, guys. Like I said, if it gets too complicated and it doesn't want to cooperate, we're going to can the show for today and resume another day. Let me just take a second and check my my router speed here. It could actually be my router that needs to be rebooted. Hopefully not. Hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, the router seems to be quite slow today. Oh boy. I think that's it. That might be the problem. I have a fiber connection, which should be a lot quicker. But the upload speed is so-so. Anyways, we're going to carry on as is, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we'll live on the edge. You know, we'll live on the edge. So good morning, guys. I didn't say good morning to you guys, so let me start off by saying good morning. So Alan, Fat Philosopher, always nice to see you guys. Bruce, nice to see you as well. The Nye, nice to see you, man. Thank you for joining us today. Strat 5150, the Cal, nice to see you, man. A lot of very familiar faces. James Pava, surfing through buffering. Yeah, James, you're absolutely right. That's what we're doing today. Jack Collins, good morning. Cohen de Beauvais, am I pronouncing that correctly? Cohen de Boev. I'm probably massacring your name. I'm sorry, man. Al Raymond, good morning. Cool Tunes Made Easy. Nice to see you. Michael Scott, good morning. Nice to see you in the house. Randy, how are you, man? Southern Illinois. Nice to see you, Randy. Tim says, yesterday my new Epiphone LP special and TV yellow came in P90s. A lot of guitar for the money. Hey, congratulations, Tim. I've been eyeing that style of guitar for a while now, especially with the P90s. So let me know how you like it. The one I tried in the store had a really beefy neck. So let me know if yours is the same. Fat Philosopher says, I'm using ancient technology. I think the squirrel got tired on the little wheel, Fat Philosopher. That's why the connection's so bad. And you're too lazy to change all the strings. You're not kidding, man. You know what? I've been actually, I want to do a full review of this guitar, but I want to stretch out the strings because I just got it, right? So the strings are brand new. And I've been tuning this thing nonstop since yesterday. And it's like too many strings to tune. And it's actually pretty cool the way the strings are set up. I never realized how they were actually done. But there's a skinny, small string and then a fat string right next to it. And they're tuned to the same pitch. So it's double the tuning, double the fun. And it really takes a long time to do, you know? But it's really, you get that really jangly. Definitely get that jangly sound. So you have a lot of nice songs that you can play on this. You can't really play lead all that well. You know, whenever you're doing like, forget about bending. You can do like single note runs, but bending is almost impossible unless you're Stevie Ray Vaughan. Unless you're Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't know if you guys have seen that video on YouTube with Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's playing a 12-string guitar. It's a live event that's going on, and he's playing Rude Mood. I think it was recorded in 1990, around there, and he's just ripping on a 12-string guitar. And I don't know how he does it, but you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan was always a monster when it came to like the power in his hands. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I might put in the links below just for giggles. But he really impressed me with the 12 string. Yeah, Strat 5150. If it goes down one more time, I will probably bounce the firewall or something like that. But unfortunately, if I reset the router now, it's gonna probably it basically limits my time a little bit this morning. Yeah, the guitar definitely sounds like a chorus. It really has that. Definitely has a nice chorus sound. So I really like this guitar, and I think, for like folk type music and that kind of thing, I definitely think it will work. I don't know if my stream has frozen, guys. I can't tell. I hope not. Seems to be working. Okay, good. So anyways, I'll do a full review of this guitar, but you know what, guys? I'm pretty impressed with the quality, just to say. Solid top, and really did not find a flaw with this guitar, except one little flaw. And I'm anal about these things. The strap button is not in the center. Right here, the strap button's off by just a hair. I don't know what happened. Maybe the guy... Anyways, I'm gonna fix that. A little bit of just putting it over a couple of millimeters. But honestly, look at the back. Look at the finish. I mean, it's great. For $200, man, it sounds fantastic. Look at that. I just wish they wouldn't put these ugly decal things on the headstock. I wish it was just like a very discreet little name, but unfortunately that's what they're using, so we got to live with that. Let me put this down. Second here. All right. So let's get down to business, guys. So let me go down a couple of questions here. First of all, I wanted to talk about some recent news, because obviously there's things going on in the world of gear and guitars and all that kind of stuff. And there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about right off the bat. One of the things is NAMM. Apparently, NAMM 2021 Winter NAMM is canceled, kaput, killed. Pretty sad, because guys like you and me, like, we thrive all off these shows, because that's when everybody releases all these great new products, and there won't be any this year. So that sucks. I was looking forward to at least Winter NAMM. And it looks like that's not going to happen now. They said that there's going to be, this is according to the president, by the way, Joe Lamond, I think his name is. And what they're saying is they're going to replace it with something called like a virtual Believe event. And I don't know what that is exactly, but they're probably going to give companies the ability to showcase their wares virtually online and stuff like that. But it won't be the same, not the same vibe. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and hopefully maybe the companies will reach out to more YouTubers and try and get their gear into their hands, and we'll be able to review it firsthand like we always do. So thank God for the network of YouTubers that are doing stuff like that. I think that's gonna at least save part of the vibe of the event. You're still going to get to enjoy the new stuff a little bit more. Let me just go into a couple of questions real quick here. I don't even know, going back to the 12 string, I don't even know how much packs of 12 strings cost. Right now, I mean, the strings are brand new. I don't need to change them, but eventually I wonder if they're like double the price of regular strings. Probably are, I would imagine. Cool Tune says, played a Taylor 12 string once. It was like playing a 6 string. It was so good. It's kind of, I mean, it takes a couple of minutes there to get used to it. The neck is definitely wider to accommodate more strings. And when you're fretting, it's not as intuitive, because your fingers kind of feel awkward a little bit. But it comes, you get used to it pretty quick. And it sounds very good. I was playing some stuff yesterday, like some Beatles tunes, some, Eagles, Hotel California. I was playing some Tom Petty stuff. was playing some Stone stuff and Pink Floyd, and it really sounds good. You really get that vibe, so it's pretty nice. I'm happy I picked it up. Um, Tuesday was my new guitar day. This is John saying this right now. Getting my Gibson Hummingbird. Nice, man. Oh, I love that guitar. The Gibson Hummingbird to me has always been that guitar I've always wanted because of the look, not necessarily because of the sound. The sound is not bad, mind you. It's just a little bit more rounded and fat sounding, less cutting compared to, say, a Martin guitar or something like that. But I just love the look of it. I love the frets, the trapezoids that are like side by side really look nice. I've always wanted to get one of those guitars. They're just so damn expensive. Yeah, cool tunes. I can't reboot the router right now. If I do that, you guys are going to get kicked off. I'm going to have to reset everything up again, and it's going to be a fiasco. So we'll just let it be and keep our fingers crossed, all right? Bruce says, I have a 1967 Epiphone Rivera Electric and an Ovation Custom Balladeer 12-string acoustic and play them both quite a bit. I used to have an Ovation once upon a time. It wasn't a 12-string though. It was a just a regular 6-string guitar. And it sounded, it always had a very distinct sound, I think because of the plastic back of the guitar. Was fun to play, however. Had a really nice neck. It was a fast neck. I don't know if it's my favorite sound in terms of an acoustic guitar, but definitely was fun to play. Bruce Brooks says 67 Epi is also a 12-string. Fat Philosopher says I play Freebird. You know what? I don't even know that song. I never learned that song, unfortunately. And I don't want to play it because I'm going to get canned on monetization on, YouTube's so stingy with this stuff. As soon as you play like 2 or 3 notes of a song, I probably already got demonetized for what I played earlier, but what the hell. Hey, Michael, nice to see you, man. Good morning, my Canadian friend. Same to you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Cohen says, yep, almost perfect first attempt was good. Fat Philosopher says, I actually listened to 5150 yesterday. We have another Rush fan in the house. Closer to the Heart is killer on a 12-string. It's not easy to play, though. It's harder to play, obviously. I've been eyeing P90 guitars as well, Cohen, and I want to get something like in the flavor of a Junior. Something I might actually build one. I've actually been really itching to do some stuff with some kits like the 335 that I built. I have a couple of other ideas I want to do, and one of them is a relict Telecaster. I really like relict guitars, and I never actually relict a guitar from scratch. Like they were already painted when I got them, and I would try my hand at relicking, but you can't really do it that way because poly is not conducive to doing an actual authentic looking relic job. So I figured I'd buy a blank, raw, unfinished Telecaster body. I know a source here local that doesn't sell them for too much, and like basically start the project with the idea of relicking that body and see how it turns out. I think I could do a decent job. I've done enough research on it, and I have enough little tips to make things look like they're aged without going overboard. And I think it could be a cool project. So we'll see. If I have the time, we'll maybe end up doing something like that eventually. John says, my P90 guitar gets more play than any others. You know what? P90s are fun to play. They really, really are. I don't know why people don't like them more than anything, but the P90 guitars are really fun. If you're a Telecaster fan, you'll love P90s because it's just like a Telecaster on steroids, a little bit fatter sounding, but definitely you can definitely get it on the verge of breakup a lot more easier, a lot more easy. I can't speak properly this morning. Roger McGinn, McGinn from the Birds was a major early influence on me. Yeah, definitely. I think he was an influence on a lot of people. Great stuff. P90 seem to be making a comeback. I don't know if they're making a comeback or if they're. I'm just noticing them more because I'm interested in them. But yeah, I think there's a lot more of them, a lot more models being offered with P90s. Yeah, definitely. When I first saw the album, I looked up what it meant in police code and it became my gamer tag ever since. Yeah, 5150. That has to do with criminally insane, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Strat 5150. Um, Kind of sounds like a chorus. Yeah, definitely. The 12 string, that's what it's made for. The natural kind of chorus sound. Um, I would rather have a Digitech Mosaic pedal for 12 string sounds, less pain. This is, I guess, an emulator, right? It emulates the sound of a 12 string. Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it. I don't know how authentic it is, but I mean, I like the sound of an acoustic guitar. Like, and it's great to just to be able to take it with you, go to a park or something like that, and not have to bring anything to power it up, you know? Cool Tunes, yeah. Resetting the router will fix it. I just can't do it right now. Um, what did you say the 12 string was? I'd like to check it out. I'll put the link down below, but it's a Van Gogh. I'll show you the headstock here. You can get them on Amazon. These, if they're not sold out already. Let me show you the name here. Van Gogh. Vangoa. You can't really see it, but it's there. Go check out Van Gogh on Amazon, and you'll see that they have a bunch of pretty inexpensive guitars. I did a review on the Van Gogh Strat, which you might check out also if you're not familiar. Which I'm really having a great time playing, by the way. The neck is just so easy to play on that one, so I can't wait to get my hands on it and do some mods. It's going to be a lot of fun. I already have some ideas. um, 12 string is also on my list, but indeed the rumor of the number of strings is holding me back. I wish I could find a 12 string with like only half the amount of strings. I think you can. Check, Google it. I think they came up with something like that, Cohen. I I would tell people these guitars are hand balanced and the strap button placement is precise. Maybe it is, you know. I gotta check it out. I haven't put a strap on it. Maybe it is. You know what they say? They're made. It's made by humans. Some of these descriptions on Amazon, especially when they come from overseas sellers, just make me laugh because the way they describe things, and it's not their fault. They're translating it. I get it. If I was translating English to Chinese, I'd probably sound the same. But I saw one that said um, made by humans instead of like handmade or you know made by hand, made by humans, as opposed to made by aliens or other things. Anyways, was thinking of picking up a 12 string Denver from Long and McQuaid. Thoughts? I had never, like, again, Vox Guitars Rock. I can't really give you too much advice because honestly, I haven't even considered a 12 string. This was an impulse buy just because it was cheap and I didn't have one. So I picked it up, but I didn't really do a lot of research. I only bought it because it was inexpensive. So I didn't really compare, and I don't really know the Denver brand all that much. So I can't really give you a heads up there. I would have to check it out. But I'm sure they're great guitars. I don't know how much they sell for, however. Dallas International Guitar Show is a no-go also. Man, it's going to be a sucky winter. What do we have to look forward to this winter, guys? I don't understand how we're gonna get through winter with no entertainment. I hope. Keep my finger. This COVID stuff is gonna. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out with a vaccine. I'm not going to be first in line, however, guys. I'm a little concerned about the quality and the the testing on the first batch. I always feel like they're rushing things through right now, so I'm not going to be first in line, I'll be honest. But hopefully they'll come out with something that's reliable. Hey Ed, good morning. Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, definitely sad, Alan. How will new gear be showcased? Like I said, I hope maybe through YouTubers. It would make sense that companies would reach out to YouTubers from the get-go because that's what they do anyways. So why not get them on board from day one? Have them review whatever you need to have reviewed. A lot of companies still not shipping. So even if you want to review stuff from different companies, you can't even get your hands on it yet. 10 $10 for a set. That's not bad. 23 for elixirs for 12 guitar strings. That's not too bad. That's, that's reasonable. 9.99 on Amazon. Ernie Ball. I usually go for Ernie Ball, but lately I've been kind of aiming for Diodario. I'm trying a new gauge, the nine and a halves. Tens are I've been using tens a long time, and I figured 8 is too thin, 10 might be a little too thick, 9.5 might be perfect. So I'm trying out some of those strings and see how just to see how I like them. Um, have any thoughts on EMG retroactive pickups? I'm looking at a Cort KX LT16 with them. Um, my experience with EMG pickups was not a negative one. The EMGs definitely work well if you want to cut noise. They're active, so you have to put a battery in there as well and make sure the battery is juiced up properly. The ones I tried, however, were humbuckers and were in a Les Paul, a Black Beauty. So my opinion of them was kind of tainted because it wasn't really the Les Paul sound. It was quite different. So I remember them being good, just that they didn't give you that classic sound. So if you're looking for a classic sounding pickup, then the EMG will probably be a little bit different tonally than what you're looking for. But if you're looking for something with no noise, definitely worthwhile checking those out. Personally, I don't mind the noise. I don't mind the 60 cycle hum. I prefer the hum over like a pickup that doesn't sound um, sort of classic to me. So I'll live with the noise. I can always get a noise gate if the noise becomes out of control. Bruce says had a Rickenbacker 36012. Neck was same width as a 6-string version and made it almost impossible to play. Didn't last long. I've tried a Rickenbacker. They're pretty cool. But you know what? If you strum that chord from the Beatles, it sounds identical. You know the beginning of Hard Day's Night? The schlang sounds identical. But yeah, and the radius of the fretboard on the Rickenbacker is a little bit it's pretty rounded, so it has a very unique feel. Good morning, Kush. Nice to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. Paul says, Tony, the Phonam might be better because the manufacturer will not omit products. The media always ensures we see the same thing 10 times instead of 10 different things. You know, if depends on how this thing is rolled out, it could also be better because whenever you see YouTubers interviewing people at the booth at NAM, the noise is terrible. It's very, very loud. You can hardly hear what the person's asking in terms of questions. And any kind of demo is kind of very limited. You can't really hear a guitar or an amp properly. So if they do a virtual version of this, which with good recording, good miking, balanced sound, it could actually be better. But it's just like the vibe is missing, right? It's not going to be the same vibe. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's not going to be better. Live show number 35. Where has the time gone? Well, we had a little drop out there again. Sorry, guys. Uh, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a quick show. I think today we're gonna have a hard stop at about 11 o'clock if the technology holds out till then. Because you see what's happening, guys. I apologize for that. I do my best to try and get computer systems and internet that work, but sometimes it's beyond my technical abilities and it's out of my hands. So let's go back to a couple of questions here. So the question of the day that I asked was, has your significant other ever surprised you with some gear, pedals, guitar, amplifier, something like that? I like to know what you got and if that happened, because I've been married it's going to be almost 25 years I'm married, and not once have I got anything to do with guitars or gear. But I'm not blaming my wife for that, because honestly, she knows that I'm very, very picky about what I buy. And chances are, if she would buy something that I didn't ask her for, it would probably not be the right thing. you know, I did get a recording microphone as a gift, but it wasn't from her. And but yeah, it's so she understands how picky I am. Just like, if I'd go out and buy her a pair of shoes or a purse or something like that, she probably wouldn't like what I picked out. So we have a mutual understanding. If there's something I want, I go and buy it, and there's no issues, and she lets me be. So that's good enough. But I'm just wondering if I should start harassing her about a possible, 25th anniversary gift, something like that. But honestly, I don't know what I would ask for. Uh, Vox Guitars Rock says, my wife bought me a vintage modified Strat and a little later a Gibson Les Paul Tribute. That's nice, man. That's really nice. You're a good husband. You must treat her really well. And she's a great wife, obviously. Over 25 years, I've got 4 different guitars from my wife. What did you get, Jack? Let us know, man. That's awesome. You guys, we should get together and have like a little wives club, like an addicted to gear wives club, so that they can discuss, maybe stuff to get us. Is that too much of a stretch? I don't know if that's going to happen. Kush says, my wife got me a Gibson SG. Ah, nice. You need an SG in your collection, don't you? I don't have one yet, so maybe that's something I can ask for. Jack says, does your wife have a single sister? Oh, yeah, definitely. Then he says, followed by a Martin Dreadnought Jr. Man, one lucky man. So what is she your sugar mama? Is that it? How do you repay her for all that stuff? Rich says, my wife bought me a new BC Rich Warlock for me when we got married. I still have the guitar after 22 years. She's a keeper. So is it the guitar that's a keeper or the wife that's a keeper? Or both? Just kidding. I'm sure your wife is a keeper. So Bruce says the XGP body was a surprisingly great. Finish was great, and all the routing was almost flawless. Neck fit was really snug, and alignment was perfect. So we're talking about guitar bodies. I think I might have skipped the last comment from Bruce. Let me just go back here. Probably when we were talking about guitar bodies and building guitar bodies. Let me just scroll back really quickly here. I jumped forward quite a few comments there, so let me just go back a little bit here. Why do P90 pickups have to look so ugly? Why do Telecasters have to look so ugly? I don't know. But you know what? Sometimes the ugly ones are the best. I think they went out of favor when noise was a real issue. Now noise gates are good and P90s are back. I'm surprised there are not more noiseless P90s available. Last week was my new guitar day. I received a white RG 550 Genesis. Nice, man. Nice. So was that brand new or did you buy that used? My special has soapbox P90s. They sound great. I've been looking at building myself a Les Paul style guitar with one P90 pickup in the bridge position. And if I get a kit that looks pretty good, maybe I'll try that out. Maybe make a custom looking type of Les Paul with only one pickup. Fat Philosopher says Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth. For me, it's always been David, just because I'm an early Van Halen fan. But lately, the way he's been singing, he should hang it up, man. He can't sing anymore. Sammy can still sing or scream, whatever you want to call it. But Dave is the showman. He's always been, but he's too old to keep it up. So for me, it's Dave. Van Halen has always been Dave. But yeah, that's just me. Had a Gibson SG special with P90s way back when. Sorry I ever let it go. Yeah, it's a shame when something that you had and you didn't realize how great it was. When you get rid of it, it's like unfortunate. But we live and learn, right? Fat philosopher says, "How often do you polish your frets?" Uh, Sorry, guys, went down again. It keeps coming back, however, so as long as I can keep, the stream going, even with these little glitches, it's all good. So just to get back to Fat Philosopher's question, I usually only polish my frets if your frets are polished when you bring in a new guitar and that hasn't had the polished the polishing job done very well. You do it once, you're good usually for a long time, and you don't really have to do it all that often. So I usually do it once at the beginning when I do my initial setup, and then maybe after a couple of years even. It depends on how worn the guitar is. Whenever I do a fret leveling or anything like that, then definitely polishing is called for. Other than that, not too often. Keeps going down, guys. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, are we going to make it to 11 o'clock? We're trying our best here. We're trying our best. We're taking a beating. Um, the Nice says new guitar day. Purchase a 2005 Epi Les Paul with case all mint shaped, $400 Canadian. Nice, man. Where did you find that? Did you find that on Reverb or Kijiji or something like that? Trinity, nice to see you, man. The ES335 project, how did it go? It was a little bit of a fiasco. Just give you a quick update. I did all the sanding and the staining and the painting on that guitar, only to find out that I kind of messed up on the neck and I glued it in slightly off center by a couple of millimeters. And even though it fit the neck pocket perfectly, it wasn't straight. So either the neck or the neck pocket was slightly off, or I maybe glued it in a little bit off as well. So I ended up selling that. I'm kind of anal that way, so I rather start again than be stuck with something that's not perfect. Um, so you got it on Kijiji. It's like new, nice, very good. Happy for you, buddy. Cool Tune says it's fine, Tony. Keep it going. Buffering is not bad at all. Don't jinx it, man. It's been choppy on my end here, so we'll see what happens. Trinity says I'm thinking about buying a Music Man Access. Those are great guitars. I used to have one. Go back in my videos, you'll see. Great playing instruments, and the necks on those things are really great. A little bit narrow at the nut, but if your hands are not too big, if your fingers are not too big, I'm sure you'll love them. Great guitars, well made too. Hey Kim, nice to see you, man. Kim's Workshop. Sammy is the red rocker. Dave is the ice cream man. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I just like Dave because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth next. He's quirky, but he is the rocker. I mean, that's what he's all about, is rock and roll, right? If guitar was a beauty contest, they would all be Les Pauls. I don't know, man. There's some people that don't like Les Pauls. I like them, but then again, I like most guitars. So I'm not the right person to ask. She's sitting right here laughing, Tony. Thanks, buddy. Listen, I'm going to give you my phone number. Have your wife call my wife, Vox Guitars Rock, okay? Let me know. Let me know if we can have them discuss something, and maybe she can give my wife some advice in terms of gear. I'm trying to brain, and I kind of asked them to like tell mom what dad really wants, and usually I still end up getting clothes. So whatever, I need clothes anyways. So you can't win them all. Do you recommend a Harley Benton Fusion 2 for blues? I'm eyeing the hardtail version. Definitely, you can play blues on that. You can play anything you want. Not an issue. Sounds good to me, even when I'm playing blues. Alan says, I don't have a wife. How about a singles club? That'll work. I'm game. I don't know if my wife will agree with me on that one, though. My wife didn't notice my Les Paul, but then my kids ratted me out. You got to bribe the kids. You got to tell them, here's $5 or whatever it is. Here's $20. Shh, don't say anything. Jack says she's bought me two Jackson's Dimebag Darrell Razor Black editions for Father's Day this year, and an Old West Town years ago. Wow, you guys are spoiled, man. I gotta talk to my wife. What the heck? Fat Philosopher says he's not a big Les Paul fan. Looks like grandpa guitars. That said, I bought my first Les Paul last week. I don't know about grandpa. Depends on what style of Les Paul you get. Some of them are too blingy for my taste, but others are, I don't feel that they're too grandpa-ish. I watched a few minutes of Dave in the Vegas premiere a while back and honestly felt really bad for him. Me too. Michael, I got the same impression, man. The guy was totally off key in his singing. I don't know if he just can't hear properly. He's still trying to do the strut thing, and he just looks like an old man trying to strut his stuff right now, which looks a little creepy, in my opinion. And the band's not the band, and he's alone, and I don't know. I mean, it's good for him. He can grab the money and run to the bank, but yeah, it's kind of sad. The Nye, Kijiji in Calgary location, lots of interesting gear. Oh man, guys, I'm really sorry. This buffering is really driving me crazy. I think we're gonna cut it short. We're gonna cut it short. Yeah, sorry guys, it's just not cooperating with me today. So I think we're gonna just end it earlier today, and I'm gonna do another event maybe midweek, and I'm just gonna try and see if I can get this thing to work properly. See if it's an issue on my end or something like that. But I'll try to do a show on Wednesday, maybe Wednesday evening or something like that, and then we could recap again next Sunday and catch up again. I really apologize for that, guys, but it'll be short and sweet for this week, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in anyway. So till next Wednesday, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we'll be able to resume where we left off. I had a whole bunch of great stuff to talk about, so we'll recap on Wednesday or possibly next Sunday. In the meantime, guys, thank you for tuning in for this really short, choppy edition of Addicted to Gear number 35. Please subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and at least watch the videos. They're not glitchy whenever I do the reviews. There's going to be some stuff coming this week, and I really do appreciate it, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Thumbs up to all you guys for tuning in. All right, cool. See you soon. I'll miss you too. Oh man, the technology, let me tell you, it's not pleasant. See you guys. Talk to you soon.